Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is about the school life in Korea and their education system. Enjoy! The academic year in Korea is 2 semesters. The first term lasts 5 months from March to July. The second term starts in September and ends in February. There are summer and winter breaks. Primary school pupils start at 8 o'clock and finish around 1 p.m. Middle and high schoolers stay in school a little longer, from 8 o'clock to around 4:30. The first 30 minutes at school are for self-studying, during which the teacher checks attendance and takes care of administrative matters. Classes start at 8:30 and each class is around 50 minutes long with breaks in between. Lunch lasts 1 hour. To graduate high school in South Korea, students do not need to take an exam. However, those who wish to pursue further education, which is the majority of students in Korea, need to take the College Scholastic Aptitude Test, the CSAT. This is an 8-hour long test from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, taken all over the country on the second Tuesday of November. Students are tested on their knowledge of Korean, English, mathematics, Korean history, a second foreign language or Chinese characters, and 2 additional subjects. There are breaks in between each part of the test. Lunch is served around noon. The CSAT is taken very seriously. On the day of the test, businesses open later so that there are no traffic jams and students are able to get to the test on time. Public transportation even runs more frequently than normal, and students that get stuck can get escorted by police. Even air traffic is clear to guarantee complete silence and focus. Middle and high schoolers focus on academics, while primary school students can choose between academics, art, or sports subjects. Hagwons can also be made mandatory by the school the student is attending, even though these schools are not free. When it comes to academics, typically the emphasis at a Hagwon, an after-school academy, is on mathematics and Korean and English languages. Other subjects include physical and social sciences. For middle and high schoolers, classes at Hagwon start at 5 o'clock. Dinner is served around 6, after which students go back to studying until 8 o'clock or 10, depending on the school. Legally, schools are not allowed to hold classes after 12 o'clock. However, not all students abide by these rules. The school system is divided into primary, middle, and high school. High schools are separated into academic and vocational training schools. The suicide rate in Korea is very high, and in 2019 the rate was a total of 28.60, males 40.20, and females 16.90. In August 2022, an estimated of 1,046 people committed suicide in South Korea, a slight decrease from the previous month. In 2021, the suicide rate reached 26 deaths per 100,000 population. Graduating at the top of the class is very prestigious. Parents encourage their children to excel in their studies so that they can guarantee themselves a secure future and respect in society. This high value of academic knowledge has resulted in Korea being one of the most educated countries in the world, propelling the country's economy and leading the systems and international recognition. However, there are some drawbacks. The desire to get the best grades puts a lot of pressure on Korean students from a young age. Children are often exhausted from studies, which leads to poor mental and physical health. The competitiveness and constant comparison to others follow many into their professional lives, which can also be shown in the graph where you can see the suicide rate in the previous slides. Some of the most common classes/subjects that are taken are Korean language arts, social studies, mathematics, science, physical education, foreign language, most commonly English, ethics such as moral education, music, fine arts, and practical arts. The grading system is that in universities, letter grades are used that correspond to a score. In middle schools, a 5-point grading scale is used, and in secondary high schools, a 10-point grading is used, and based on the relative position of the student in the class ranks are allotted. Students typically start wearing a uniform from middle to high school. Each Korean school has summer and winter uniforms for boys and girls, and physical education uniforms too. Summer uniforms are short-sleeved and the fabric is light and comfortable. Winter uniforms are long-sleeved and made of thick fabric. During fall and spring, students have the choice to wear a vest without the jacket. Most female students wear skirts, but they also have a choice to wear pants in some schools. School lunches generally consist of soup, rice, kimchi, and 2 other side dishes. Whole milk is also provided with school lunches or a few hours before school lunch starts. They are served on trays made of stainless steel, which usually have about 5 to 6 compartments. Staples and soup or stew are typically located at the lower part of a tray, and side dishes and kimchi are served in small spaces. The trays, plates, and even utensils are made of stainless steel, so there is not much plastic that is used and thrown out. Much of this has to do with wanting to be less wasteful and focusing on recycling. It is also a common practice to have metal silverware in South Korea compared to other Asian countries. Teachers also eat at the same time as students, so they are usually seen in the cafeteria with them. Some teachers would have to pay for lunch, but some are also able to get lunches for free as well. In South Korea, students' lives can be very school and activity oriented, leaving little room to enjoy breaks. They spend much of their time, often between 12 to 16 hours per day, at school, in extracurricular activities, or at a special after-school academy called Hagwon. With such packed schedules, students will need as much energy as they can get. Therefore, school lunches are so important in South Korea. In South Korea, the Enforcement Rules of School Meals Act enforced all schools to follow a new nutritional standard. This new standard included required specific amounts of energy and nutrients like protein, vitamins A, B1, B2, C, calcium, and iron per meal by age and gender groups. They are as balanced as possible and use a plethora of produce and locally sourced ingredients from Korea. Some of the top universities in South Korea are called the Seoul National University, also known as SNU, Sungkyunkwan University, also known as SKKU, Korea Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, known as KAIST, and Korea University. There are also the Yonsei University, Ewha Women's University, Pohang University of Science and Technology, known as PostTech, and Ulsan National Institute of Science and Technology, known as UNIST. Some other interesting facts are that students stay in the same room throughout the day while teachers are the ones to go from classroom to classroom, which are very different than in America. Kids spend most of their days at school, so unsurprisingly, classrooms are treated like homes. Students clean their space either before or after classes. There is also a strict no-shoe policy, and most children wear slippers or inside shoes. Lastly, skipping school is extremely rare in Korea. Students that want to show their rebellious side tend to just use their smartphones during class. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.